Hello everyone, and welcome to the HMIS at NCCEH orientation training. My name is Andrea Carey, and I'm a system administrator here at the North Carolina Coalition to End Homelessness Data Center. Thanks so much for joining us. Just as a heads up, this training is designed for folks that are already in and active on HMIS and are joining the data center in a transition to a new site. So that's folks in the Balance Estate, Orange, and Durham COCs across North Carolina. Let's get started. Our agenda will begin with a review of the NCCEH role, our responsibilities, and our values, and then go into some more specifics about the HMIS at NCCEH launch. We also want to remind you of how HMIS can work for you and the HMIS support and training you can expect. So first, the NCCEH role, responsibilities, and goals. For the transition, NCCEH is taking over the HMIS lead agency responsibilities. So just to remind us of the previous NCHMIS implementation, Micah had the responsibilities of only the lead agency, and then there were other folks that were the local system administrators. These are among the responsibilities of the lead agency itself, including system administration, compliance, providing training, and also technical assistance and support. What we are going to do in HMIS at NCCEH is kind of consolidate two roles, the lead agency and local system administrator, into one entity. So the North Carolina Coalition to End Homelessness, and specifically our data center within that, are going to support the regions with system administration as well as the communication of those policies and system changes, compliance, support of local COCs and submission of their reports, provide training for all users, and also support technical assistance through user meetings, managing the back-end settings of page support, and continuing to offer that help desk for technical support for both agencies and users. And so these are the responsibilities that we commit to you to fulfill as your HMIS lead. Before we get into more specific goals of NCCEH, we want to anchor ourselves in the mission that we're all fighting for and working to support agencies across the state in. And that's to effectively end homelessness, to make sure that homelessness in our community is rare, brief, and non-recurring. This is what drives our work, and we always are trying to keep this in the forefront of our minds, and know that you are too. So thank you for your continued work. NCCEH Data Center values. First off, and top on the list, is ending homelessness. We are committed to reaching that goal with you. We also value being client-centered. While we support you all to serve clients directly, we always remember that every number has a face and every face has a name. At the end of the day, we do this work for the folks in our community still experiencing homelessness. Databases should not be a black hole where everything disappears. Data should be used to create change for our individual clients, our programs and agencies, and our communities overall. Data quality also strengthens confidence when we use our data to make decisions. Specifically, we are confident in data that is accurate, complete, timely, valid, and has integrity. Partnership and problem solving. Each of us has experience, knowledge, and skills to bring to problems. As a data center working with 3 COCs, we can see some patterns that you may not. As staff working directly with clients or programs, you can see different patterns. Together in partnership, we can find the best solution possible. Communication is key to our relationship. We know that without communication, we cannot learn from each other. We always strive to provide clear, accurate, and timely information with ongoing opportunities for feedback. Changes to North Carolina's HMIS. Let's remind us of the foundation. What is an HMIS implementation? So HMIS, or the Homeless Management Information System, is a database used to collect client-level data and data on the provision of housing and services to homeless individuals and families and persons at risk of homelessness. Each Continuum of Care, or COC, is responsible for selecting an HMIS software solution that complies with HUD's data collection, management, and reporting standards. Agencies must participate in the HMIS selected by their COC. Previously, North Carolina had one state HMIS implementation, one place to put all of our data. You can see here the structure behind this HMIS was to have a statewide NCHMIS governance committee for oversight over our HMIS lead agency, which was MICA. And then MICA held the contract with WellSky, our service point software company. All COCs across North Carolina entered data specific to their COC, their county or region, which then fed into our HMIS run by MICA. Agencies were supported by local system administrators, or LSAs, for each COC. If any issues needed to be escalated, they would then send those issues to MICA as HMIS lead agency. From there, if there were software issues, MICA would then contact WellSky for a fix or for more information. With NCCEH as both your local system administrator and HMIS lead, this structure is more streamlined. If you have an issue that needs to be escalated to the software vendor, we can take that directly to WellSky. HMIS at NCCEH also has a different oversight structure. The advisory board provides oversight over the HMIS lead agency, NCCEH, and the advisory board is made up of COC representatives and stakeholders. Within the advisory board, there are subcommittees to focus on help desk and support, data engagement, and system configuration. These will be set up with participants from agencies directly as a formal feedback loop for the system. Let's review what this change looks like at a statewide level. North Carolina has 12 continuums of care. Previously, these were all using the same HMIS. Now, North Carolina will have 2 HMIS implementations. The blue covers HMIS at NCCEH, whereas the yellow will remain NCHMIS with MICA. HMIS at NCCEH has 3 COCs and 81 counties. This includes the Durham Continuum of Care, NC Balance's State Continuum of Care, and Orange Continuum of Care. What do you need to know about the HMIS at NCCEH launch? Just prior to the HMIS at NCCEH launch will be a period we'll call downtime. Before the launch, all current HMIS users must complete the new HMIS at NCCEH Privacy and Security Training. This will count as your annual privacy update. You may also take other online trainings as needed or desired to prepare for HMIS at NCCEH. All current HMIS users must sign HMIS at NCCEH user agreements. All HMIS at NCCEH participating agencies must sign HMIS at NCCEH agency agreements. This documentation must be specific for our new implementation before launch. In order to sign these agreements, you'll first want to review the docs and ask the NCCEH Data Center any questions that come up. Then you'll sign the agreements via DocuSign. This is an email that you'll receive from the software DocuSign, not from NCCEH directly. Sometimes this email can get lost in spam folders. We will be sending out communication notifying you to look for this email though. And lastly, save a copy for your own records. On day one of the HMIS at NCCEH launch, you will use this website. Do not use the previous Service Point website for Balance Estate, Orange, or Durham data. Specific instructions may be sent to agencies who work in multiple COCs. If you want the ability to practice on the new fake client training site, please send requests to the data center. On day one of the HMIS at NCCEH launch, we want you to first check yourself. We want to check if your license is correct. Do you have the right default enter data as mode? Do you have the right enter data as mode options? Please review your license to ensure that you have access to the clients you need. We need to fix that. Second, are your projects correct? Do your projects have the right name? Do clients entered into your projects have the right assessment listed? When you open up a client record at random, do the correct questions appear? Are they the questions you're expecting or that you entered previously for your clients? If it appears that the assessment is for a different type of project, we need to fix that. And third, have you printed new documents? Do you know where to find new documents? We'll give you a hint. It's ncceh.org/HMIS. Do you have the new privacy and/or consent documents printed for clients to sign? These may depend on what sharing your project has set up. And finally, if you use paper forms to collect data, do you have the new assessments printed and the old ones removed? We don't want anyone using the old forms by accident and missing something. What HMIS support and training can you expect? First off, new trainings. You know about the new privacy and security training that will be required for all users, and also the new online trainings available at ncceh.org/HMIS/training. These review the HMIS system for all new basic users with new assessments and screenshots and directions for HMIS at NCCEH. Live trainings for your agency or staff are available by request, either in person or virtually on the phone or with video. All new policies, documents, and guides will be centrally located and posted by NCCEH. You'll use one website, ncceh.org, for everything. Help desk support will still be available by phone at 919-410-6997 or by email. Email the whole team at hmis@ncceh.org. With our new implementation, we want to remind you a few ways to make sure HMIS can work for you. Workflow assistance. This looks at how does data get into HMIS. The data center can support reviews of your HMIS workflow or potential redesigns to support an easier, efficient, and more accurate data collection and data entry process. We can also help increase your HMIS capacity. What else do you want to track in HMIS? Agencies are using HMIS to track things like financial assistance and case management. Contact the data center for a demo in how to track these items in HMIS. Another way to make HMIS work for you is through custom HMIS reports. What do you need to share about HMIS data? Whether it's for agency leadership, funding partners and stakeholders, or the general public, the data center can support extracting the information you need. Please make sure to give us 2 weeks in order to compile that information. When to contact the data center. We want to be sure that you know when we need to be contacted to make adjustments in HMIS or advise you on the best way to move forward. When there are changes in staff or changes in funding, please let the data center know. Changes to agencies or projects such as new programs or closing programs are also important to communicate to us. We want to make sure whatever process you're going through, it's as easy and efficient as possible, and that HMIS remains accurate. We also rely on you to notify us in the event of user violations of privacy or security. We have the responsibility to document the scope and nature of any violations and make sure that we have the right remedy, the right solution to protect client data. As always, please contact us if you need data entry assistance or reporting assistance. This is the foundation of our work with HMIS, and we are here to help. If you ever encounter visibility issues where you think you should be able to see something and it's not there, or you think you entered something and you can't find it, please make sure to contact us. This is one of the most frustrating issues I think users can have with the system, and while the new implementation should solve many visibility issues, we know it's possible for more to exist. Let us know so we can find a solution and figure out how to move forward and get you the data you need. Lastly, if there are any other questions, always feel free to contact us. Thank you for watching our HMIS at NCCEH orientation training. We're excited to begin.